Righto, let's welcome Benny Vaughan from Sunshine Footy to the call. Welcome, Benny. Benny and I have been mates for many years, playing at Bow Sharks as young tackers. Benny, you're in Sydney now, but now you've got a company called Sunshine Footy. Sounds exciting. You're helping blokes out. What are you up to, mate? Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. Look, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you guys on setting up Blokes United. I've got my cousins, I've got my brother, I've got uncles all signed up to it, and they really appreciate it because most of them are all in Victoria and they had a tough year. So you guys have done a great job. We have been around for a number of years at Sunshine Footy. Essentially, our case study is trying to access players from Tasmania, Victoria, and South Australia to go play footy in the sun, essentially. And we work with clubs to provide the players the pathway to do that. And the infrastructure up in Queensland for AFL clubs is top shelf. And I think a lot of players get caught up in just playing at home and don't think about the possibilities of, moving interstate. When the reality is, most of the clubs that I deal with, their presidents are Victorians or South Australians or bloody Tasmanians. Everyone's moved to Queensland. And, if you just take your blinkers off as a player, you can use your skills because, as we know, Rich and Baz, your career goes pretty quickly. So, you might as well go and play in the sun. And that's what we're here to show today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked well for me. When I was a young buck coming through, I went to play at Southport for a couple of years, won 2 flags, and I'd pretty much surfed most days and worked in a bar, and they gave me a rental and a car, and it was pretty rosy, some good days. Then did it over in Perth as well, so I'd highly recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's probably 20 years ago, Rich. And I did the same thing. I went to Port Douglas and played a year. And it ended up being 10 of us. 2 of my cousins from Camberdown, which is Western Victoria, and there was 8 of my other mates, a couple of guys who played rugby union, believe it or not. And we all went up there in 98, and we had the best year. The Magoos got done in the granny. They won the granny. We got done in the granny, so the ones lost. But 3 of my mates stayed there, got married, lived in Port Douglas, and just running around in the middle of winter with perfect conditions. And, the clubs make the transition very easy for you as a player, whether you're 18, 19 or mid-20s or a family. And if you go to our website, sunshinefooty.com, there's some testimonials there of players that have made the move. Like we posted on Blokes United yesterday around Braden, who moved up from Victoria and went and played in Port Douglas. He just got in before the gates shut for COVID. And he was going through a really tough time. His marriage broke down. He didn't know where he was going. And he came through to us, to Sunshine Footy. And we said, mate, here's some clubs. Talk to him, give us your CV and see how you go. And he packed up his van and took off up there and had the best year of his life. It's on Blokes United's site.